I think we're live. If we are, great, great. Happy Saturday to you and also you. Today, I'm going to be sharing a few tips, a few strategies, a few things to teach you how to lose that unwanted fat. We all have it, sometimes a little more than others. So that's what's happening today. Sound like a plan, family and friends? Yes, 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 yes. Let me just find my video. I had it queued here. Here we go, here we go.
You can get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life would change forever. Can we all just stand up really quick so you can sit for me? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina.
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
Here's the edge of my seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I have it at the edge of my seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and was like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation, they do finances. I talk about traumedy. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good. Yeah.
So I was like, stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
Hey, happy Saturday to you and also you. I'm so excited to be here. This is a special edition for the inspiration community. I know we're having some technical difficulties in people finding the link because somebody changed something somewhere, but that's okay because that's the way life rolls, right? So I have a special guest today, and if you saw the flyer, if you saw what I'm talking about how to lose 20 pounds in a week. And I'm going to give you the answer to that at the end. But right now, anyone who's on here, I do want to see your face. Invite a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. If you were here last week, you know we were talking about our challenge that's coming up April 7th. So you hear me talk a lot about traumedy. Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this occurs, life-changing experiences happen. And I'm not talking about comedy. I'm talking about serious issues that really change your world. They change the way you look, the way you feel, especially the way you look, right? It all goes to your health and wellness. So sharing your story is so very important. Various reasons. The main reason, it helps you release the unwanted pain. It helps you get rid of the feelings that are stuck in your body. The body holds the score. It's so true. You may wonder why you get mad, why you get anxious with so many different things. It's because your body and your mind just aren't connecting and it's just not happening right. Renee, I'm going to make you co-host in case people come in, because I saw where you got to click people to bloody well give them permission to come in. And I'm like, what is that about? So today I want to talk about make a co-host. There we go. Boom. So as I mentioned, today is all about the health and wellness. And I have a special guest who I want her to share her story. Various reasons. So when it comes to getting rid of fat, getting rid of excess weight, I don't like to say lose weight, because if you think about it, if you lose something, you really want to find it, right? I'm not saying I lost my driver's license. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying I don't know where it is. But when you lose something, you normally want to find it again, right? That's where I am. I want to find my driver's license. But when you want to get rid of fat, we say get rid of fat. And it all starts with your mindset, right? So April 7th, we are starting our challenge. I have an online fitness boutique studio, and that is my main jam. That is my one and main focus is when it comes to health and wellness. Because if you're not physically fit, if you're not mentally fit, spiritually, financially, if all of those things aren't connected and intact, you're probably not that happy, right? I don't know about you, but I love being happy. I love my life, right? Oh my gosh, I found a little secret new spot here. Every time I go outside in Tampa and I do something different, I just love it even more. Today, we had our women's book club group meeting, and we went to a new location, this place called Lettuce Park. And it was $2 to get in. I'm like, why we gotta pay to go to the park? But let me tell you, friends, oh my gosh, so beautiful. First of all, trees beyond trees beyond trees. So I had a beautiful nature bath today. And then they had these little trails that go all different places. And then they had like a little tiny museum type area with like alligators and stuff like that. And I would have taken pictures and videos for you, but my phone died. But before I actually went on this nature bath, I had the opportunity to do a mind, body, and soul awakening class. This is something that I created last year along with my podcast to teach people how to really tap into who they are and what they're feeling. And as a coach, as an instructor, you sometimes become an empath. So you feel what other people are feeling. You can just kind of, je ne sais quoi, I don't know how to tell you. And all it is, mind, body, soul. Those three things, awakening them. And how do I do that? First of all, by breath work. And I want us all to just do that right now. Just put your hands on your lap. Come to the edge of your seat. Come to the edge of the seat. And maybe you close your eyes. And I want you to put your palms on your lap. If you're laying down, put them on the side. If you're sitting down. And I want you to put your palms down if you feel you need more energy from the universe. And palms up if you're really low and you're like, I need energy. And if you have no idea where you are, or you don't, just put one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. And we're going to take a nice deep cleansing inhale through your nose. Inhale. Open your mouth side out. We're going to do that again, but this time I want to do 4 breaths in, 6 breaths out. One more time. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, blow it out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do that again. But this time I want you, when you're inhaling through your nose, I want you to let your belly just collapse and open up. So you're inhaling, belly's going out. And when you exhale out your mouth, let your belly come in. That's the proper way to breathe. I know, sounds crazy, right? I remember when I first started taking yoga teacher training, and they were like, you're breathing wrong. Most people breathe wrong. Don't ask me why I did that. I used to do that with my kids all the time, like the sniffy. Okay, Tina, get back to the point. I'm sorry. I think I'm delirious, guys. I haven't eaten all day. I've been moving since 6 o'clock this morning. It's now 3. I'm just like, ah! Okay, back to, I need some breath work right now. Here we go. Here we go. Where are those palms? All right, inhale through your nose. Exhale, blow it out. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. One more time. Inhale, love, peace, happiness, anything that just makes you feel good. And exhale, anything that's just not serving you. Beautiful. So that's the first part, is breath work. And then there is journaling. Journaling is so very important. And that's actually, I believe, how I got started with my book. Because my major trauma happened in 2016 when my son was tragically murdered. Trigger warning if that affects anyone. But my son was murdered. And after that, I had to make a decision. just like anyone else has to make a decision when something major happens in their life, right? If your mother passes away, if you lose a job and you were there for like 20, 30 years, you feel connected to that job. That's a traumedy, right? If you've maybe even gaining a extra amount of weight, that can be a traumedy for some people. I don't like to say one is worse than the other because I don't know what you've gone through, not just you, but your ancestors, because the body holds a score. Your body is holding on to 7 generations of pain. So that mind, that body, that journaling is going to help you get it out of your system, just like speaking, right? So you're writing it out. So part of the program is breath work, and then we do some journaling, and then some movement and stretching. So first is the movement, and moving your body is so important. Right now, just roll your shoulders for me right now. Roll your shoulders to the back, nice big circle rolls. And this is considered exercise, by the way. So shoulders going to the front, back. Now roll them the opposite direction. Beautiful. And just twist your body from side to side and bring your head over to the side. Take your left hand and bring your head down to your shoulder. Put the opposite hand on your right shoulder and just press it down nice and gentle. Inhale. Exhale, press it down even more. And then switch sides. Bring your head over to the side. Inhale. Exhale, press it down. Beautiful. Now put your chin to your chest. Put your ear to your right shoulder, and then to the back, and then to the left shoulder, and then to the front. One more time. To the right shoulder, to the back, to the left shoulder. Now give me circle rolls. Nice, slow circle rolls in one direction. Give me one more. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So bring your head straight up as you inhale. And just tilt your head over to the left and put your hand on your, why am I going this way? All right, now to the back and then over to the right. Now make a circle. You guys have to realize when you're instructing, especially on Zoom, you have to do the opposite. So my right is your left. Keep doing those circle rolls. So if I got a little off with the left, right, please forgive me. All right, bring your shoulders up. Cross your arms in front and just hug yourself right now. You ever just need a hug? Hug yourself. And this is good. Now you're here, and this is another pose that you can do to open up your back. Now the opposite way, hug yourself in the opposite way, putting the other arm on top. Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. Alrighty. So the name of this episode is How to Lose 20 Pounds in a Week. Are you ready to hear the answer? Are you ready? Well, you got to wait till the end. It's coming. It's coming. Hannah, are you able to unmic? I want to ask you some questions, girlfriend. We're talking about losing 20 pounds in a week. But before we get there, I want Hannah to share. Are you able to unmic, Hannah? I mean, not unmic. I mean, take your camera on. I like to see faces, girlfriend. I like to talk to faces. Thank you, Sunshine. So, Hannah, the reason why I wanted to pull you on here is because sharing a story is very important. And I know you have a book coming out very soon. Had a great opportunity to speak with you today. And I'm finding so much more about you. And I want to talk to you first about health and wellness and the importance of that in your life. How important is being healthy for you in your life?
It is very important. It's important for me from mental and physical state. Being healthy holds 100% in my life. Because when I'm healthy, it allows me to function, to move, and to be able to do the things that I want to do.
Wonderful. What does your current health and wellness journey look like? Meaning, do you have a certain regimen that you work out in? Do you have a certain type of diet that you have? Can you tell us about that?
So on my diet is basically on juicing. So I do a lot of juicing. Like today, I did pineapple, carrot, turmeric, ginger, and orange. And I juice these five items this morning, and I make it for 1 week. So every morning I would have one bottle. And then with my water, obviously I gotta have some coffee, but
Ah, I'm screaming right now. Okay, a couple questions. I'm loving what you're doing with the juicing. Do you know with each of the ingredients what it does for you? Why it's good, like the turmeric and the ginger? Are you able to share that with
Um,
us?
the turmeric helps with your immune system as well as the ginger, but the ginger and pineapple is anti-inflammatory.
The
It
turmeric as
helps
well.
get
Turmeric as well.
yes, and we've all come the orange does the very same thing. It gives you vitamin C and it helps with building your immune system. And with all together, it helps with your digestion, bowel movements, and more energy, but it's natural energy.
I love it. I don't know if this is true, Hannah, but this is what I heard, Mamacita. You're gonna make a video on how you do your juicing, and you're gonna put it on your YouTube channel, which you will create because you're creating a brand for yourself. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Yes.
So tell us who you are, what you do, and a little bit about what's going on in your world, Hannah. So I'm so excited to have you here today.
Um, Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Coffey, and what I do, I am a certified nursing assistant, and I do in-home care. I'm also a writer. I started and finished one of my books that the title is How Did I Get Here? And it would be like my journey from my birth country, which is Dominica in the West Indies, here to the United States. And it talks about my journey of my new life, the beginning of my new life, and putting myself to school, my children, and overcoming challenges, like racism, and finding myself in a new country, knowing who I am, and standing for what is true in my life.
Wonderful. I like, here's a good question for you because this is something like when I wrote my book, I said if I would have had my book when my trauma first happened to me, my life would be so different. How is purchasing your book going to change or impact someone's life? How's it going to help them?
Will make a great impact because a lot of us sometimes come from another country and we go through navigating through life, having other people understand us in spite of our accent, putting our children through school, overcoming discrimination, and trying to start up a business. And the challenges within those things, we kind of question ourselves like, am I the only one going through it? But that book will let you know that you're not the only one. There was somebody else before you who went through that same thing. And my example through life by keeping my faith, keeping my dignity, keeping knowing who I am and keeping who I am in spite of the things I go through prayer and supplication, fasting, and knowing that God is the source of everything that we look for. That book would make a great impact on teenagers as well as adults.
I love it. Look at you, girl, getting all into it. So today,
Thank you.
yeah, you're into it. So today's topic is how to lose 20 pounds in 1 week, and I'm so excited about it. But before we get to that topic, do you work with a lot of seniors?
I do.
Okay.
Trying
I
to plug my phone so it don't die.
say
But
that
I work with seniors and young people and people with disability. Right now, one of my clients, he has autism, so I'm working with him one on one right now. So I work with all ages, all ages.
The reason why I ask that question is because April 7th, we have a movement happening, a challenge happening. Because I don't want this to just be 75 days or just 25 or 21 days. I want this to be a lifestyle for everybody, including myself. We have our ups, we have our downs, right? So there's people who live to 60, 49, 21, 70, 80, 90. But are you truly living? Because laying in bed, not able to walk, not able to go, use the bathroom on your own, not being able to walk upstairs, is that truly living, right? So tell me some things about your clients. Do you have those different types of clients, like those clients that are going to the gym, they're going for a walk, they're going to the mall, they're doing whatever, or those that are just like kind of stuck and not able to? Is there a difference? Do you see that in your line of work?
Yes, I see that a lot because some of my clients I work with mostly is people in their 60s and 70s, and some go through early stages of dementia. Some have uh, diabetes, high blood pressure, and other medical conditions that occur during the time of what they already have. And some of them are basically in home. They cannot go out because they cannot manage themselves going out. Or when they go out, they're not in the right frame of mind to do the things that they want to do. So when I am with them, I do some physical exercise, walking. We use the stretchers and the stretching bars and the weights, and I help them to exercise. Basically, I exercise. So I want them to follow me to exercise. So that helps them still have a lot of mobility or some kind of mobility whilst they're receiving care in home. I have taken care of people who are bedridden, and even if they don't say that they don't like being in the bed all the time, but through their backlashes, their expression, the things they would say could tell a lot that, man, I never saw my life being in a bed. I look at my life being able to do a lot of stuff for myself, go out, and now I'm in a bed and you have to take care of me. Oh, sometimes, they will run me out of their rooms or tell me I don't have to do this, but I know that they cannot get off the bed and they cannot do it. And that's where I come in to give them that comfort, that respect, that assurance that even if you are on a bed, you still have a say in your life. You still have a say in the things you eat, the things you wear, so you don't have to really shut yourself out and out, completely out because you are how I would say it, immo- immobile. So, yeah.
So, Hannah, I just got a download. The Holy Spirit tends to talk to me every now and again. And download that I got about you. I know you're in Seattle, Washington, so you're 3 hours behind us. So thank you for rolling through today. But I want you to be an ambassador for the Shooting Stars Collective. Shooting Stars Collective, that is my community. And I want you to be an ambassador so that we can train you to build your own community where you live. Not just for women your age, but also for the people that you work with. Because I'm not sure if you're aware, but heart disease is the leading cause of death in America. Let me repeat that. Heart disease, something that can be prevented, is the leading cause of death in America. Right now, I'm taking a stand, 10 feet down, toes solid, right, to make a change. Every single day, Traumedy, no more. Traumedy, something horrible, right? No more. That is my thing. Every single day, drill down. Traumedy, no more, no more, no more, no more. And it begins with your health and wellness, right? Water and little simple things, Hannah. Like you said, juicing. It's maybe someone doesn't have a juicer, maybe they don't have time to do all that. It's okay. Go to the store, get it, right? Making changes to what you're doing. Little tiny things. And something you said as well, there's people who said, I didn't realize I'd spend the rest of my, not even the rest of my life, but I'd be laying in a bed and not able to move. And it happens so slowly, yet so quickly, right? And usually when we're older, it goes by a fall. You'll fall, or you'll have a car accident, or something will happen and then you get hurt and they'll say, okay, we're going to put you in rehab. And then you never get out of rehab. You're just in the hospital or nursing home or hospice until you die. That's how it's happened for people in my family. You can't wait until you fall. You can't wait until that high blood pressure is high. No, my friends, you have to do it before that, right? And really simple, look in the mirror. My thing is look at myself naked, right? Look at myself naked. What do I see? What's going on there? It might sound funny, but it's a serious topic when it comes to your health and wellness. So Hannah, 21-day challenge. I want you to lead this not only for yourself, but your community that you're building. You got some homework to do. We talked about your homework. So those Hannah starting her own I'm not going to say little, her own community, because I'm sure, Hannah, you have friends, you have family, you have community that you can speak with. And every single day putting down some content of how it's changed your life, things that are in your book, things that you're going to have for your business, because that's how you're going to change the world. You know, we're one little rock, one little pebble. And when you throw that pebble over the water, you get the ripple effect, right? I can't do this by myself. I want to change the world. I know it sounds crazy. I can't do it alone. I need you, Hannah. I need you, Renee. I need you, person on YouTube right now watching me. All right? And you have to start with yourself. My book came in the mail today. I cannot wait to start reading it. It's the advanced version of 75 Hard. It's a hardback book, hardcover. I love that about, ooh, he's giving us some little postcards in here. Download the 75 Hard app. I did that before. Confidence, self-esteem, grit, fortitude, self-worth, discipline, and self-belief. Hashtag 75 Hard. Yes, it is real AF. So I say that to say books, sharing your story are the beginning, Hannah. It's the beginning, Renee. Each of us have a story inside of us. So if you did not know, I'm leading an anthology, No More Traumedy. That was my first book. We swapped the name around to Traumedy No More to make it more positive. This book shares my story and how I got through my traumedies. Yoga, breathwork, meditation, I could go on. But this is just one story. And I realized there's so many women out there and men who have stories stuck inside of them. So I decided to create an anthology, which is coming out in November, which is going to be 12 to 15 separate authors with their separate stories, sharing their story and how they got through it. Whether it was reading the Bible, going to church, alcohol, drugs, I don't know, I do care, because we all go through it, right? You have the healthy ways and then the not so healthy ways. So coming up shortly, I'm going to tell you how you're going to lose 20 pounds in a week. I know you're excited. Before we move on to Renee, your thoughts on the topic, Renee. Hannah, what are your thoughts when it comes to mind, body, and soul? And I like to say awakening when it comes to a transformation in your life. What are your thoughts when you hear those words come through?
My thought is that
I said Hannah, Renee. I was going to have you after her. Sorry.
Mind, body, and soul. It's basically one. And for me, my mind, well, all mind is the, I would say, the engine for the body, and it feeds the soul.
Ooh, go girl.
Mind is not healthy and stable, it affects the body and it also affects the soul. And when it affects the soul, it brings forth negativeness, doubt, worries, and a lot of unwanted things in our mind, and also a lot of unwanted things in our body, like um, sickness and disease, like you would say high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, and the list goes on, because they all work together in different ways. So for me, mind, body, and soul means one, and being healthy, that when the mind is healthy, the body is healthy, and the soul pours out right. Yes.
Okay, Hannah, I like that. I like that. Sometimes when people speak, I get these downloads or drops. And when you were speaking, the word silence came to me. Sometimes we're rushing and we're going and we're going. And this is going on in our heads. It's just noise, going, just nonstop going. And but you can't really do much good stuff. Okay, that's all. Erase that. Pretend I didn't say that. It's very challenging to do a lot of good stuff that's going to elevate your life when you have all this noise going on. You truly need silence at some points of your life. I personally love the morning. between 4 and 5, sometimes 5 and 5:15. That is my me time with my Lord. I'm just laying in bed and I'm up, but I'm not up. I could get up, but I'm like, no, I'm just going to stay here and see what comes into my mind. And someone told me once, they said at 3, and I think this is when I was doing Ramadan a few years ago, they had said that the Holy Spirit or God comes to you about 3 o'clock in the morning if you find that you're awake. But as I'm laying there, I just let it be quiet. And the first thing that pops in my head, that's what I'm going to focus on for the day. Like the other day, something popped in my head about Renee and her mother, and I told her. Another day, something popped up about my retreat that I'm doing. And then I focus on that one thing because your mind needs space to grow and to listen. Right? If you're constantly going, reading, listening to music on Instagram, listening to that person working, you don't have a time to listen to what God's trying to tell you. You know that song, God's Trying to Tell You Something? Oh my gosh, I love that song. God is trying to tell you something. And you're not going to hear it if you're always go, 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 go. So I got silence when I heard you say that, Hannah. And it's so true. It's all connected. So mind, body, soul is here, awakening. Like a lotus flower, right? That's what I think about when I have that right there. And I think I mentioned today I got to do a little bit of a class that I started creating last year, and I kind of pulled back because it's a lot, right? After the class, everyone's there, and there's one girl who's very excited. She's feeling really good. Another girl is just like, oh, another one's over there. And I'm just there taking it all in. It's outside. The wind is blowing. You can hear the leaves brustling back and forth. The sun is shining. It's not too hot, but it's nice. And I just start crying. All of the energy. I don't know if it was my tears. I don't know if it was the people who took the classes tears, because like I said, when you're giving, you feel what other people are feeling, right? I feel their emotions. So I don't know if I was feeling what they were feeling, but I felt so grateful. I was like, wow, I cannot believe that I am living in Tampa, Florida, and I did it all by myself. Meaning, like, I did not move in with someone. I'm not, I did have a lot of help from friends and family, but I did it. And that's scary, right? To just go somewhere and have no idea. That's what you call faith. A lot of us like to know what's going to happen. Me, like to know what's going to happen. What's next? Okay, I'm not doing anything until I know what's next. I don't know, not me. No. Tina is jump a fly. I'm gonna just go. God's gonna take care of me. So thank you for that. Renee, from what we've talked about so far, and if you're just tuning in, we're talking about how to lose 20 pounds in a week. We didn't get there yet, but we're getting there. We're talking about sharing your story. Go for it, Renee. What are your thoughts when we say mind, body, soul awakening?
So my thoughts are in direct alignment with what you and Hannah have already said. The thing that I would like to emphasize is it all does start with the mindset. And I love how in our daily classes, we have started incorporating the spirituality aspect at the beginning. I feel like that has made such a difference in the lives of everyone who attends our classes, because it brings focus and purpose. Because if we have the right attitude and mindset and know that we are here to do God's work, it makes us enjoy the experience of empowering our bodies to be as fit as they can, so that we can go out and make a change in this world.
I love it. And if you're watching this, as I mentioned, April 7th, we're starting our challenge. You are invited to join our community. It's the Shooting Stars Collective community. And on April 7th, that's 75 days before summer. If you're just starting out, Hannah, are you leading are you going to be a part of the 21-day challenge, Hannah? Can I have you in for that?
Yes.
Hannah's like, I don't know what it is. Let me tell you what it is. Great. 21 days straight. You have to drink half your body weight in water each day. That's the first thing. What is that? If you weigh 200 pounds, 100 ounces of water a day. Can you handle that, Hannah?
Not quite, but I can work on that.
Okay. And if that's too much for you, start where you are. If you're currently drinking 20 ounces, go up to 40, go up to 50, but that's part of the goal. Moving 20 minutes a day, whether that's doing yoga, meditation, jumping jacks, fit classes, HIIT classes, swimming, riding your bike. Maybe you're walking in the park. 20 minutes a day of movement. Hannah, can you do that? Will you do that?
Yes. Yes,
Beautiful.
I will.
aspect. Another aspect which is truly important is your food, your nutrition. 80% of the way you look is by what you eat. All right. You can exercise 2, 3, 4 times a day. I don't care if you're not eating healthy, nutritious foods, it's not going to make a difference. And it's very important that you're getting that protein in there, right? 0.8 times your weight. Protein, 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 protein. Women, we need that. Lifting weights, so important. Someone said today, weights are the new medicine. It's like the weights are medicine. You're lifting weights. The heavier the weights, the stronger you are, the better you feel. Hannah, are you going to commit to 20 minutes of exercise for 21 days straight?
Yes, I may not be, I mean, there are days I might not be able to lift the weights, but
Oh, no,
I
no, just
will
movement. It
be
doesn't have to
doing
be
the
every
exercise.
day. Just movement, exercise.
Yes.
Okay, okay, girl, okay. So personal development. We're all about that personal development life around here. You can either read, listen to motivational video, podcast, something like that. You have to do that every day, either 5 minutes or 5 pages. Can you handle that?
Yes, I can. I do the listening part of the motivation. I do every morning already. So it's already in my schedule. So that's awesome.
Love it. I think I have before and after pictures and your weight. So once a week, it's 21 days. Once a week, take your photo, front, back, side, measurements, and then weigh yourself. That's the 21-day challenge. And when you join our community, you can actually do that. So I know you're already a part of our community, Hannah. So you are there, even though you're doing coaching. Anyone who comes through, you're doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for you to do that. Yes?
Yes, yes.
I got you, girl. I got you, girl. So we're gonna get out of here. Oh, I have to tell you the secret for today: how to lose 20 pounds in a week. Are you ready for
Yes.
it, family? Here we go. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Not unless you chop off an arm, a leg. It doesn't exist. You cannot lose 20 pounds in 1 week. Not possible unless, like I said, you chop something off or it's just, and it's not healthy anyway. In this challenge and everything, you want to lose between 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's what you want to do. Yes, you may have some weeks where you lose 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds if you're doing certain things. Yes, you can do that. There'll be some weeks where you don't lose anything at all. You might even gain a pound or two, but 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's what we're looking for you to do. That's healthy. And if you have a certain goal, because you may not know how much you want to weigh. Like, when was the last time, Hannah and Renee, Hannah, you answer first. When was the last time you were at the weight or size, because it varies, right? You can look the way you want to look, but the scale may not look the same. When did you look and feel your ideal self, Hannah? When was that? You're muted. Okay. Renee, you can answer since she's muted. Or maybe she's answering.
The
Go ahead.
week, the time during the same year that I lost my son, I was going on a fitness challenge. I started putting it together in December, and then I lost my son in January of 2023. But then after I started getting back myself, I went on a diet where I was doing juicing. I did the green juice, which with ginger, spinach, cucumber, and celery. And then the juicing that I told you all earlier that I did. And strictly veggies. I stopped eating meat from the moment it's 6 o'clock. I will not put any meat in my mouth. And I went down to 167 pounds. And then I lost my way. And I went back up. I lost my way and I went back up to 200 pounds. So the last time I weighed was the last time I went to the doctor for my physical. And they weighed me. I was going 200 and almost 20 some pounds. And I said, no, that's not true. I have too many clothes on.
No, 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 no. That's wrong. That's wrong. I love it.
I've done that before too, Hannah.
I
Yes,
love it.
I just couldn't believe I went back to almost 220 pounds from 167. I was like, no, I got a jacket on, a shirt on, a bra on, panty on, tights on. I got clothes on. Let me take some more.
I love it. I love it. So two things I want to share with you, Hannah. First of all, I want to talk about fat cells. So when you gain weight, let's just say you're 250, 260, your fat cell is like this big, fat cells in your body. And then as you lose weight, the fat cells start to shrink and take up less space in your body. So the fat cell is really, if my hand could get even smaller, let's just pretend it's like that small. This is a fat cell here, right? And those fat cells, they're always in your body. It's there. Our body has a way of wanting to get back to what it's used to. So that higher number on the scale, that is what your body wants. That is its comfortable spot. Like, I want to go there. So this is for anyone who's gained or lost or gained or what. Those cells, they're always there. So when you slowly start gaining back, guess what? It starts coming back so much easier to what it's used to. It wants that big space right there. That's the first thing I wanted to share with you. The second thing I wanted to share about you, Hannah, and this is so super important. Are you over 50?
I'm 47.
47, you're close enough. So when you get over 40, when you get over 45, when you get over 50, 55, 60, you start getting these changes in your body, right? They call it premenopause, menopause, whatever. That's going to jack you up. Then your traumedy, right? You lost your son. So your body is all messed up, and it's more than the food, it's more than the exercise when it comes to getting rid of that fat. It is stress, right? It's your hormones, your cortisol levels up and down, not getting enough sleep. I don't know about you, but it was some points where I just couldn't sleep. If you're not, that's when your body rests, right? You want to get that protein and rest. If you're not getting 6, 7, 8 hours of sleep a day, it's going to be very challenging to get rid of that weight. So that's the first thing I want us to do is look at your sleep patterns. And when you're sleeping, are you getting a good quality of sleep? Because yeah, you can sleep and get up and sleep and get up. No, stop. Today I'm going to offer you a free gift. It's my morning and evening rituals. We'll put it in the chat here somewhere. But this is key when it comes to your life, creating your own morning and evening rituals, right? Because if you're not doing the basics like sleep, drinking water, keeping that stress down, keeping all those, things, it's not going to help you. So Hannah, thank you so much for sharing that, for being open, because some people just keep their mouth shut. You got to express it, right? I'm still trying to express where I am. It's embarrassing, it's sad, it's crazy, like I could cry, but it's okay. It's motivating, right? I was looking at pictures of myself because I motivate myself. And I've been up, I've been down, I've been up, I've been down. And right now, on the scale, it's probably where I started. Looking at me is different because, like we said earlier, lifting weights is going to mold your body. So that's why it's so important. As women, we lose about 3% muscle each year. So if you have a choice to do cardio or lift weights, please lift some weights, ladies. And if you don't have weights, it's okay. Drop to the floor, do some push-ups. Drop to the floor, do some squats. Pick up a rock. Pick up a gallon of water. I don't care, but lift some weights. I'm kind of rambling, but that's how you're going to lose 20 pounds in a week. It's not going to happen. 1 to 2 pounds. Throwing it over to you, Renee. What's your little outro before we get out of here, Mama? Your thoughts on the subject?
My thought is that you hit on the two things that I'll just say were a little bit of a setback, but now I'm moving forward. And that was the lack of sleep, and that's still a work in progress of me sleeping properly, and the protein. I'm convinced I'm not probably it was the beginning of 2024 where I was at the weight and fitness, just overall fitness, that I had worked to achieve, 2, 3, well, almost 4 years ago now. But then life things happened, and I started putting myself not as the priority. So that was how I had the little setback. But now I'm so excited about this challenge that we're going on, and I can't wait. 75 days later.
Yes, yes. And we're actually starting early. Like we've been prepping this whole time. The download that came from me, Renee, while you were talking is the word schedule. You have to schedule your workouts. You have to schedule your meals. You have to schedule your sleep. You have to schedule everything. If you know that you need 7 hours of sleep. And you have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Renee, answer. What time do you need to be sleep? Not in bed, but sleep. If you need 7 hours of sleep and you want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, what time do you need sleep to be sleep? What time, Renee? I'm just curious.
You
10
have to
o'clock.
be asleep at 10 o'clock, which means you
So
probably
10.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 o'clock, sleep. Not in the bed, but sleep. So that is why for me, when I do my nighttime rituals, I say between 7 and 8 o'clock, I want to start preparing my mind and my body to get ready for bed. And if you think about the sun and the moon, when the sun starts going down, that's when we want to start bringing things down. You want to get off of your phone. You want to get off of your computer, right? And then for me, it's just there's always something else to do, right? So if 7 to 8, I'm telling my brain, time to get it together, time to get it together. Between 8 and 9, I'm gonna brush my teeth. It takes me about an hour, hour and a half sometimes to brush my teeth, wash my face, take my clothes off, take a shower if I'm doing that, get my clothes ready for the next day. My schedule, I have to do that. What am I doing the next day? So between 8 and 9, that's happening. And then 9 and 10, okay, let's start getting ready to get in the bed. And then I tend to go to sleep right away most times, but maybe you have a sleep playlist. Maybe you have a candle. Maybe you have a diffuser. And you want to make sure you feel and look good when you go to sleep as well. This was one of my New Year's resolutions. Yes, I do New Year's resolutions. They're pretty, what's the word? I'm shallow. My New Year's resolutions are shallow. And one of my New Year's resolutions last year was to make sure when I go to bed, I look and feel sexy. I look and I feel good. Because in the past, I would just throw on some shorts, throw on some old sweatpants and just go to bed and right? I'm like, no, girl, you got to look good for yourself. My mother, she tends to buy me all these lingerie stuff. I don't know why, but every night it's like, okay, am I wearing my red teddy? Am I wearing my green? Am I wearing my short, my long? So that's part of my whole nighttime ritual as well. Am I going to wrap my hair up? Am I going to do this? And this is very important when it comes to that quality, right? So that is what I got from you, Renee, when you said that schedule. With this 21-day challenge, with this 75 soft or hard, you're going to have to schedule everything, my friends, and start with your sleep, the main things, right? Your job, what you have to, and then your workouts. If you know you have to do 2 45-minute workouts with a 3-hour time frame in between for the hard, when are you going to do them? And then have the non-negotiables, like nothing's getting in the way. That's all I have for us today. I am Tina. If you want to join our community, you can go to my website, iamstarstina.com. You can find that on any of the socials, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm loving what I'm doing. And this is our Saturday show. Hannah, anything you want to say before we get out of here, hon?
Bye, everyone. Have a great Saturday and see you all next week. God bless.